starting from scratch. I know I have come a long way, but I can also see a longer way ahead. Hello Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel, or if you're new, welcome back to my channel. I'm currently in the process of making over my rental apartment, and this is part 2 of my living room makeover series. In part 1, I thrifted this beautiful sofa from Facebook Marketplace, and I also flipped my old dresser into this vintage floral looking sideboard. As I'm done with the furnishing part, now I'll move towards the decoration. For the decoration, I would really love a vintage or antique sort of a framed mirror on the left wall above the sideboard. And of course, I'll be DIYing it. I started off by removing the fabric from the canvas. The size of the canvas was 60 by 80 centimeters. I bought the canvas from Everyday Center for 10 dirhams. I also removed the middle support. Then I removed all the staple pins. I bought this carved wooden inlay from Timu. Unfortunately, it was broken, so I had to fix it with the wood glue. I started off painting with a golden color, which I didn't really like. So I used Rust-Oleum spray paint in the color antique brass instead. This really gave that antique look to the frame which I was looking for. From frames to inlays, I literally used it on everything. I would glued some thin wooden sticks on the inlay and the frame, and then I sticked both frame and the inlay together with the wood glue. I used clamps to hold everything in place meanwhile the wood glue was drying. To hide the not so good looking corners of the wooden frame, I used mini inlays and I stick them with the wood glue. Initially, I used heavy duty double sided tape to stick the frame to the mirror. However, it wasn't holding up so well. So later, I used mirror silicone for a permanent hold. Unfortunately, I forgot to film that part, so apologies. And yeah, I got this mirror from Amazon.ae for 50 dirhams. So these were my inspirations, and this is the final look of my mirror. There are many things in this living room which need to be worked on. Since doing it myself will take a lot of time, so I took help from my trusty handyman, or I should rather call him an all rounder, Mr. Vinaya. So let's begin phase one of the major transformation. The hall initially had an open entrance, so we installed this sliding door for privacy reasons. Now, this is white in color and bit bland. As the size of the door is quite big, and in my mind, I have given it a look of fort. I feel like I should open the door and it should look like a fort. So, this is the inspiration I'm going for. The cheapest way I could think of was wallpapering. So, I ordered this vintage wallpaper from Timo. So the door height was 220 centimeter and the width was 138 centimeter, and we needed to cover back and front of the door. So I needed almost four large rolls of the wallpaper, that is 500 centimeter by 44.9 centimeter to be very precise. So he measured and cut the desired length of the wallpaper. He then applied water on the door as well as the backside of the wallpaper. I really like the water technique. which I wasn't aware of earlier. Spraying water gives time to make adjustment to the wallpaper, which is not possible otherwise. Thank you, Vinaya, for teaching me this new technique. He completed installing the wallpaper front and back of the door. The sliding door had a panel on the top and the left side of the door, which was covering the railing management and the plywood joints. To cover it, he would glue strip of corrugated cardboard. Using a material different from wood grain wallpaper created a good visual interest. He installed the vintage handle and the door locking system, which I got from Timo. Just to clarify, this video is not sponsored by Timo, although I would love to because most of the things in the makeover are from Timo. Here is how the door looked before, and here is how it looks now. Got these clamps from Timo to mount the mirror on the wall. And when I was measuring the mirror and the wall very carefully, and he was installing these clamps, he mounted the mirror once the clamps were installed. These fluted glass films were perfect for privacy, yet not compromising the natural light which was coming from the balcony. The films are static, so it doesn't even leave the glue residue. When I sprayed both glass and the film with the soap solution and scraped it to let the film stick to the glass. I took my scarf and cut it in half, then fold it in half again, and let my mother sew it on the top so that I can make this net which I got from Timo as a curtain. I wanted a double curtain look actually. So here's Vinaya installing the curtain, net curtain first, then the main curtain. Everything ranging from dual curtain holder, net fabric, the main curtain, to the curtain ties is unapologetically from Timo. Unfortunately, I forgot to film the part where when I was installing these beautiful curtain hooks and the curtain ties. So this was final task for Vinaya for today, installing the wall clock. Remaining task for Vinaya will be covered in part 3 of the living room makeover. Stay tuned. Oh, sorry, you guys need to sit a bit longer to watch the remaining video as I install the wall shelf for my kerosene lamp, which I got from Timu also. And finally, the part where the video sponsor, aka my husband, Mr. Faisal Salman, has been seen changing the light bulb from white light to warm light. I really hope you enjoyed watching the part 2 of the living room makeover series. Stay tuned for the next part next week. Till then, stay happy, stay blessed. Fi Amanillah.